Meet Caitlin, Mark, and Danielle. They're part of a study group preparing for an exam at Lycoming College in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. They're quizzing each other and searching through notes for answers. We'll hear from them later, after they've taken the exam. Many students find groups like this help prepare them for tests.
A lot of times questions that they bring up will, a light bulb will go off in my head. Oh, I'm not quite sure about that either. And so we'll go over it together, and I think that lets me know what material I don't know. It's hard to figure out what you don't know before you go into the exam, and I think study groups are really helpful.
Work with groups. Study groups are always a good way to get information. Don't rely on the study groups, but use, for your only source of information, but go to the study groups with your own knowledge and share that. That helps a lot of students. We know that's very effective.
You find a good student, you study together, you're bouncing ideas off each other, you're saying things that you both missed in class.
Because sometimes, if you don't understand something in the book, it's better to have somebody there to explain it to you.
And it sticks more because you're going to remember what they say, or they may come up with different skills or techniques to remember it.
I occasionally set up group sessions with other students where we'll sit around in a circle, people will discuss a text, and we'll just dissect the heck out of it, trying to understand every little nuance we possibly can.
Basically, that's what we do. We take one problem and work it until we get it right.
And then we'll get with groups the night before the test, 2 days before the test, and answer questions for each other. Because if you know what's going on, you'll figure out that if you can explain something to somebody else, you really do understand it then.
Go in with a specific plan. We're going to tackle these 3 chapters tonight, and this is what we're going to quiz each other on.
What you have to do is, you as a group, you have to study. You find what works best for you, whether it's question and answer, whether you just go over each point, you discuss it.
Usually the best size for a study group is 3 to 4 students, not with your closest friends so you won't get as sidetracked with the social things.
Some students feel more comfortable with smaller groups.
If it's only like 1 or 2 people, they help. If it's too many, it becomes a party.
I have done study groups. I find sometimes it works, but not large. It's better for me if I have like 1 or 2 people, because then you don't have much of that other discussion going on.
But study groups aren't for everyone.
I'm not the type of person to study in a group though, because I get distracted easily, and I like to talk a lot. So public relations major, go figure. But studying in groups, it works for some people, but it doesn't work for me a lot of the time.
I don't do study groups. I've learned that I don't do well studying with other people. I need to be by myself.
Now back to Mark, Caitlin, and Danielle and that study group at Lycoming College. The studying has ended. The instructor passes out the exam. We talked to them outside the exam room after they completed the test.
Getting together and being able to collaborate and study together, that helped a lot. There were a lot of questions on that test that I don't think I could have done without the help of everyone else.
You're pulling a lot of different ideas together, so it definitely helps because someone else might know something that you forgot or didn't get to write down.
Hearing it out loud definitely helped instead of just sitting there reading over, because you're going to fry your brain if you just keep reading.
Like the rest of college, a study group success depends on separating work from play.
Actually, for my Calculus 3 class, we're having a study party tomorrow night, so.
Now, the study and party, you put those in the same phrase.
In order to make us feel better about it.
A calculus party? Seeing as how Becky is a student tutor at Wagner, maybe they actually will study. Remember this about study groups. Make a specific study plan. Identify which chapters to study and how you'll study them. The ideal study group size is 3 to 4, though some students prefer a smaller get-together. Finally, keep the focus on studying, not socializing.